Well, good afternoon, everyone here. We're sitting on the ground in Alaska with the Navajo, as you can see. I'm gonna fess up right away. I've been under the weather for the last 3 or 4 days, and we're gonna give it our best today. And I can see I'm running a little rusty today, a little slow on transitions and all, so bear with me. Hopefully, that'll equate into a really good flight. We're up and again, like I said, Alaska. The airport we're at is called um, Oyavik, I think. Let me make sure. I have to pull up stuff here. Stuyahok. My bad. Stuyahok. Papa Alpha November Whiskey. Now, folks, if you try coming up an X-plane to fly along, just get on the runway, kind of slew off. If you need to know how to slew off, let me know. I can help point you in that direction. Because if you come on VATSIM on a runway, they really get mad at you. Really shouldn't get mad at you at an airport like this, but I know it's the overall arching principle of if you do it here, you might do it at, say, JFK, Heathrow, which I have had people come up intentionally there on that. But anyway, another story. Uh, so that's why the rule. All airports, no one comes up online on a runway, or you get to hear from somebody. I don't know what it does. I'm not a controller, so but yeah, not supposed to come up on runways, so I slewed off. Didn't know there was the feature in X-Plane. Was kindly shown that, and I really appreciate that because that helps a lot. So, but here we are, Piper Navajo, getting ready to board and take off out of here. So let's start pulling away some of the lovely stuff out here, like the statics. We'll go ahead and close the baggage door, which just closed up front here. Let me reopen that. That is usually, not always, but primarily where the flight crew's gear will go. That way it's out of the way. However, for weight and balance purposes, they may move other people's up there as well. So let's go ahead and close the luggage in the back and the baggage up front. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and button her all the way up and pop into the aircraft. Okay, so we're sitting right where the door is that leads from the cockpit back to the crew. See if I swing around. There's where the peeps would be. We're hauling 5 today. There's, I believe, another seat back there. But anyway, so we got 5 on board. So we're going to get right into it and let's get this thing going. Weather today, well, as you can tell, it's Alaskan style weather. New Stuyahok is 220. I don't know if it's come through or not. We're going to make it happen early. Oh, I hate it when I lose it. NW. That also comes when you hit 55. But anyway, winds are 230 at 15, gusting to 20. Sounds like a fun ride out of here. 10 miles. Now, what looks horrible outside, and probably is, doesn't really reflect in our METAR. Now, we're showing, as you can tell, a ceiling at 8,500 feet. Overcast is at 11. So with our 9,000-foot cruise level that I'm planning, that ought to be good. Concerns here of the temp dew point spread could have the visibility come down on us. So we'll kind of watch that, of course. And Viz right now is 10 miles. So we're VFR here. So we're going to take advantage and get rolling because it is kind of chilly out there. So we need to get this thing going. So per checklists, and I'm going to try something, folks. I just got to remember where it hides. Okay, I don't remember how to pull that up, so we'll push on. It's like I said, it's been a couple days, folks, of not so much fun with the stomach bug that I had, so or still kind of do. I'm getting ready to try some over-the-counter stuff for it. So first thing we're going to do is make sure the controls are free, and they are. Don't really move much. Wow. Let's make sure there are no locks and the rudders are free. Okay. Magneto switches, they're up top here. They're in the off position. Flap switch, I'm sorry, electrical switches there. Whoops, right above them. My mind went citation. Sorry, folks. Get them all off. Yeah, everything's off that we want off. Flaps are off and up. Mixture. Red levers all the way back is idle cutoff. Master switch on. All we're going to do is a quick look here, folks. Oh, try that again. Come on. There we go. Making sure we got our 3 green. Going to look up top real quick. Fuel is perfect. Trim's neutral. And cow flaps are open. And we'll get that master switch reset here. All right, finally, all the papers are on board. Oxygen pressure looks good. Masks in place. We're ready to proceed with the outside look of the plane. And I'm going to tell you right now, folks, before we really get going, I am going to bring us outside. This is a really good model of Coronado. This has probably been, I'm going to have to say, one of my favorites. And I mean, I'm still having troubles with the citation, but it's more coordination with it than, aircraft problems. But those 2 aircraft, folks, from Coronado, this PA31 Navajo, not the Chieftain, that's Albio, um, and the Citation are phenomenal aircraft. I can't recommend them more highly than I am in getting them, folks. Yeah, they're going to cost you a little bit of money, but folks, they're worth it. I am having a blast with this Navajo especially. So, but anyway, just to give you a little look at her on the outside. And again, for those of you wondering where I am on the ramp, if you find a little star on the map, that's where I'm parked. Again, doors are closed. Everything looks good on the outside. Of course, we would do a heck of a lot more. But folks, this is the flight sim. We're on our way. So, okay, so let's move in, get ready to do the before start checks. Pre-flight inspection complete, cabin doors secure, passenger brief completed. Don't get out of the seats unless I tell you. Pretty simple brief, huh? Passenger briefing complete, seats adjusted, and seatbelts on. All right, so let's get ready to rock and roll, or as a ready to rumble. And actually, we will kind of rumble here, folks. Parking brake, like I said, is set, and that is this lever right here. Controls. Once again, let's just, I always folks. Definitely want these things working whoops, hang on a second. See right there. Came in with a problem I found in my cockpit, not sitting in the aircraft itself. There we go. Boink, foink. Okay, they're good. Fuel selectors inboard. Okay, now to do this, this is kind of tricky. Fuel selectors are located here. Now, and, to add insult to injury, they make it easy for you, but you got to kind of look at them this way. So we're on the inboards. You can see that right here and right here. This is the outboards, which we'll switch into as we get into flight. V1 simulations, one of the big ones now on YouTube. He really has helped me a lot with this plane. Cross feed is right here, is also off, and fuel firewall shutoffs are on. That one I'm not sure too much where it's hiding. Alternate air, that's these two levers. We'll pull and close, pull and close. And circuit breakers, both sides all look in. Electrical switches again off. We're just doing a quick look, everything off. Alternator CBs are off. Now, what they mean by that, let's kind of get over here. This right here is your master switch, the two red ones. Now, usually the alternator is right with them. However, you got two engines, so the alternator CBs are right here. Avionics switch, which is located right over here, is off. Mixtures, idle cutoff. Again, all the way back. Props, all the way forward. Okay, master switch back on again. Cowl flaps, they are down at the bottom here. I'm not getting a good angle, so let's try it this way. They're both in the down position, all the way down. Annunciator panel. Okay. Press to test. Okay. Alternator in-op lights on. Let's kind of, I always hit the wrong button. Sorry, folks. Let me see if I can't. Right alternator, left alternators are in-op. Pneumatic source malfunction. I don't know if that's up here or not. Left and right, there they are. And fuel flow door ajar light is out. Let's find out what that looks like. Didn't see one. Okay. Emergency fuel pumps are off. Master switch is going back off. Okay. Final AP and FD are off. Now you've got two ways to look for this. You can use the little cheater over here. AP and FD are off. You don't see it there, and the AP is off. Or right here, it's the same panel right here, right behind your throttles. And we'll move the seatbelt and no smoking signs to the on position. And that, folks, concludes the, wow, for no battery being on, that was loud. Hopefully we don't have me kick the sound down just in case. Okay, we'll make sure that doesn't blow us away and then we'll adjust. All right, so let's get this sucker warming up. So, okay, well, we're not using an APU, so we're going to kick the master switch on. Okay. Now we're going to open the throttle about a ½ inch. We're going to start number 2. That's about a ½ inch. Prop controls full forward. Mag switches on. This side. And we're going to run the mixture rich, basically priming up the engine. Okay, and then going to turn the fuel pump on. Okay, it's 6 gallons per hour, then off, and mixture to idle cutoff. We're going to give her a try, folks. Make sure your prop area is clear. Clear prop. Oh, don't do this again. Really? Master switch on? Okay, I've got one qualm with this plane. How did we get it primed? Whoa. Oh, I know why. Forgot we were in idle cutoff. Go to full rich. And oil and fuel. Let's get over here. Oop. Okay, oil. Pressure's up. Temperatures will start coming up. Fuel pressure's up. Alternator light is not off yet because we have not turned them off. So, on. Get them both on now. Okay, left side looks good. And now we just basically repeat. Pull forward. Yeah, I got a feeling I'm gonna have to. Okay, primed. Okay. Idle cutoff. Okay, needs a little bit more. Okay. Then we want to again come over here. Make sure our oil pressure is coming up as in the green. The temperatures will take some time, but they'll work their way up as well. All the annunciator lights are off. Gear handle, second engine start. Okay, we've got her going. Okay. All right, so let's get some lights on. keep the pitot heat off for now, but we will be turning it on. We're also going to get some on in here in the cockpit. Okay, so lights are on, heater. Okay, heater is not up here. I know where it's at then. Coming on. Okay. Voltage looks good. All right, so let's get the avionics turned on. And pull this out. 122.8, 123.45's good. We'll get these adjusted momentarily. Let's get our flight plan going while we're fired up. PANW. I don't know if that's come around. In a box, man. Welcome aboard. I will be on VATSIM. Thank you for the reminder there, Web Gear. Appreciate that. I haven't gotten my flight plan filed yet. Bad pilot. I've already fired up and don't have the flight plan ready. In a box, man. Welcome aboard. We'll get that right now. Let's see. Where is Sim Toolkit hiding? There it is. Right. Actually, this will be an interesting quick pre-brief as we get ready to do the informational stuff about the flight as well. One of the things I'm not sure whose issue it is. Mac 0572 will be the call. Transponder, ding, 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 ding. That's the route. Takeoff time is not 1745. Kind of blew that, so we'll go with 1845, and we'll probably miss that by just a few minutes. Okay, so we'll be coming on here in just a minute there, Web Gear. PA31. Flight plan. Fetch. 18. Okay. All right. Right on. Go right ahead, sir. Enjoy this fun. Be ready for I think it's 2,800 feet and 75-foot wide runway at our destination. Gravel runway, of course. Okay, let me grab this route real quick. Okay, so I got that there. Now, gonna kind of resize this just quickly here. All right, so mentioned an interesting anomaly here. X-plane or whoever puts the runway here. In reality, we're here. There's my little marker right there. So it's kind of, it always catches me off guard when it does that. This is one of two that I've come across. Okay, hang on a sec. Oh, I see CGPHJ. Just pop up here, pop up, it says, there it goes. Ooh. Nice. All right, so for today's flight, we're going to be running Zunos, which is push, drop, and go Zulu, which could have probably been quicker the other way, but see. UNOS. There we go, and Alaska, so we'll enter. I wish I could put airways in, but I think it's the next fix up the airway, so it doesn't really matter. And from what I've heard, there is a X-plane doesn't support putting it in. The real one does, from what I understand. Never got to see one, so I don't know. My days of flying, the highest that I remember, avionics and single engine and light twins, LORAN C and RNAV. None of the GPS stuff. SAHOK. Alaska, enter. Direct ILI. Oops. Okay, ILI. This one. Okay, and then finally our arrival. Papa Alpha November Oscar. And I'm here to tell you folks, I actually have fun trying to program these up. And Nondalton Airport is in there. Good deal. I do know there is a GPS approach in there for runway 2. So I had kind of a different idea for the route today, but seeing that it's going to be runway 2 coming up from, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the airport where ILI is. You're almost going on a heading of 020, so thought it would be kind of neat. So there's our route. It's in. Obviously, folks, out here there's no departures. So let's get the final radio programming in, and for that we're gonna need to go to Sky Vector. But first, real quick, the aircraft's already been loaded and pre-flighted. So with Sky Vector here, or Sky Vector with Sim Toolkit up, let's quick look at the load sheet. We've got 1,150 pounds on board, 5 packs. 768 pounds of fuel, and the big thing here is our cruise is going to be 9,000. We're only talking about 90 miles or so, folks, so I'm okay with running at 9,000. The next leg, I think, is like 180 to 200 miles. We'll go up into the teens. All right, so, and beyond that, we'll do a quick look at the flight plan. This was set up back at 15:35, which is about 4 hours ago. But again, we're at 96 miles. We have a wind, westerly wind, so hopefully that helps push us along. We'll see what we get. Again, our alternate for today is King Salmon to the south. It's maybe 100 miles at the most from our arrival airport. So that's why we only need 190 pounds or 194 pounds of fuel. Okay, we'll continue on. You'll see the route to King Salmon if we need to, as well as ours. And then finally, the weight balance. Oh, here's our times. Forget them. because of my stomach, things got really out of whack here, so we'll just skip it. But it's about a 15-minute flight. I think we're going to actually get it in about 30 minutes. So once we're airborne. And then here's our weights. 1,150-pound payload, zero fuel of 5150. With the fuel, we'll be at 5818. So takeoff wise today, takeoff is going to be right at about 100 knots. That's when we're going to try and see if she'll take flight. Climb out will be at about 110. And once we clean up with the flaps, get the power set for climb, we're going to push to 130 for climb out. So pull Sim Toolkit away and make sure we're on that and bring up the browser. Okay, here's a quick look at our route. And this is where we're going to pull up those frequencies, folks. So coming out of our airport here, there's no nav aids here. The closest thing we have is a couple of airways, one way to our south, one right below us, as well as this blue right here. The blue is your VOR. If my memory is right, it probably isn't. The red ones are NDB, which I know ILI is. So, with that in mind, we're not going to be worrying too much about the VOR here, but we are going to worry about the NDB here. I'm going to just kind of zoom in. 411. Okay, and oh, I was gonna say, where's the standby button? All right, let's go to on and out. We might as well go all the way to alt. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up to standby on the weather radar. And as you can, well, this is actually the other route. We'll be coming up to here and then here. So this is how it's going to look. Our lowest altitude concerns are pretty much right here by, let's see if we can do it, Iliamna Airport, and we got to be, above 5,100 feet. Got to be real cautious through here. We are in some mountains. So, all right, so that'll take care of what we need to do. Let's get rolling here, shall we? Browser out. Okay, so continuing with that, electric trim is on, autopilot's off. Again, we make sure right here it is. Okay, I have a hard time telling you, it is off. Trim is neutral for now. Autopilot's off, radio's checked and set. Okay, so what we're gonna do, usually you don't do these here in stand. We're gonna do our run up here real quick. So, but we're gonna just go ahead because really isn't anywhere else to do it. So parking brake is still set, mixtures are rich, prop controls full forward, cow flaps are open. All engine instruments look good and still warming. We're a little hard on the engines. Oh, we're good. And let's go to 1500 RPM right here. There we go. Get that nice twin engine sound. Okay, we're going to do exercise our props. So we're going to move them back Basically, we don't want to drop below 1,000. You want to do that a couple of times. We're also checking the gyro pressure. I know that's all over here. Okay. Basically just getting all that in the real plane, you're getting all the oil into that constant speed prop. Okay, no lights. I want to check something over here. Which one's our gyro? I think it's this one. No, that's oxygen. Dang it. It's over here. Of course, I'm probably looking. Oh, here it is. Right up here in the green. Okay. Next up, we're going to take her up to 2,300 RPM. This is where we do our mag check. Okay. And all we're looking for here is when we toggle one of them off, it's not going to drop more than 175. There should not be more than 50 RPM on the RPMs difference between the two. So number 2. Okay. Okay, number 2 looks good. Let's try number 1. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is one more time with the props. This time we're not going to let them drop more than 300 RPMs. Okay, and now we're going to bring them back to idle. Nice and easy. Once we're there, come on back up to 1,000. Now, I remember doing another check there, but that may have been just because I was single engine, not twin. So I only had like an hour or two in a twin, so I don't remember much. And to be totally honest, I was quite lucky to get that hour, and I'm very thankful to the Right Pad Aero Club back in the day when they were around for that chance. Okay, so before takeoff, seatbelts, fuel selectors, inboard, fuel quantities, mixtures, forward, flaps. We are going to set for 7 degrees. Autopilot's off, trim. I'm going to leave it where it is. I got a feeling I'm going to have to move it anyway. Surface de-ice off, pitot heat. Now, we're going to turn that on. Left and right. Yep, I did what I hate doing. All right, direction indicator set. Runway 14. And I'm only setting this so I know how we're looking here. So we're going to be going to that end of the runway. Okay. I hope I get that right. All right, so here we go, folks. Transponder is on. Altitude. Controls checked. Fuel pumps on. Prop sync, I don't know where that is. Brakes off. New Stuyahok airport traffic, Mac Air 572. Taxiing out to runway 14 for departure. Back taxiing 14 as well. I chose wisely. All right, let's get some lights on up here. It's interesting they're putting us on 1-4. I would have thought 3-2 might almost been better, but looking at that sock, I'll take it. Okay. All right, final checks for takeoff. All right, so we're gonna ease up to 2575 and let her go. Okay, we kind of brought her into the air a little faster than I was hoping, but I'm glad it was able to. Okay, so we're gonna set. Funny thing is, I don't think that runway was set for 1-4. All right, so we're gonna get our turn here. Let's clean up. There's 120. Coming up on 1,000 feet. And we're gonna go to GPS. And let's get some leaning going here. Wow. I like V1 Simulation pointed this gauge out right here, folks. There's two ways to lean it, and one, you work this and then bring it back to 75%, or 1525, which we're a little under, but why did you not grab this course? Okay, you're gonna make me work, I get it. I see, probably because I needed to do that. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And you turn. All right, I think we got that fixed now. Okay, there we go. And we've got her leaned out now for the climb to 9,000 feet. Now I can nose over. And let's close up some cow flaps. Big thing we just have to do here, folks, is watch our cylinder head temperatures. Make sure these temperatures don't redline on us. Right now they're far from it, but now that the cow flaps are in, that could heat up real quick. Okay, it looks like now we're joining. So that's what it was. I had the wrong leg active. Okay. Coming up on 7,500. Let's go ahead and sync up for now, just in case. There you go, folks. We're into climb cruise. Okay, we're getting into some precip now. Cow flaps look good. Okay, one thing we can turn on is our wing light. That's this light right here. It allows us to see if we're getting ice buildup or not out here. And if we are, we just hit the boot and it punches it off. Because I am pretty sure we're at 20 degrees Fahrenheit outside. So yeah, you can pretty much bet whatever we're flying through right now is probably has the possibility for ice. And welcome, Jay Trump. Sorry it took me about 5 minutes to recognize you there. Kind of had my hands full, but hey, welcome aboard. Hope things are going well at the airport. Speaking of which, let's see here. No, we don't need that anymore. All right, we're coming up on 9,000. Hopefully I can do this really quick. That way, anyone else wanting to find me out here, go to click a link and find us out here. Save, turn on. All right, so 9,000, like I said, is coming up. Trying to maintain 30 on the manifold pressure. Well, I kind of was hoping to break out. We're not going to break out, I'm wondering. Does look like we might break a little bit of this. Let's see how well she holds. Okay, we're over Stuyahok, I think it's called. Stuyahok. Stuyahok. Now headed to Iliamani. Something like that. ILI. NDB is alive. Looks like the needle's straight on, which is definitely not that heading. All right, now I'm gonna lean her, come back just a tad bit. Okay, set for 2300. I think we'll just ride this out. Okay. All right, once we cross, well, we're going to go ahead and take a look now at our arrival. Okay, we're in cruise. Fuel pumps as required. Fuel selectors outboard or inboard. Let's switch. Turn this off and this, I think. All I got to do is this. Make sure everything looks good temp-wise. Okay. Kill these for now. $40 miles. Okay, so cruise cow flaps are looking good. Temps are still in the green, well in the green, so we're good there on both engines. EGT looks good. Anything? That's about right, about 100. Okay, so we're cruising along here pretty decently. All right, so the one thing I did not bring up, I'm not gonna worry, well, I can do it real quick here. I knew I was forgetting something and I just couldn't put my finger on it. Okay, I lied. I can't bring the charts program up that way. Okay, well, we're gonna have to leave this to Sim Toolkit. Hang on a second. All right, hang on a All right, so we're going to PANO There's supposed to be a G. Yeah, it is a slow girl. Well, NavGraph isn't going to help us. Let's try Sky Vector. ANO. Okay. All right. Well, that's what we're going to have to do. All right. So, all right, so we got Sim Toolkit up here, folks, and you can see the approach plate. Now, this is a different format. It's not a JEP. Hang on, I clicked the wrong thing here. All right, want this one. All right, so as you look at this chart, folks, again, up the top here gives you our approach course, which is right here. Runway is 2,800 feet, 315 is the touchdown zone, MSL 314 is the airport. Thank goodness for that. Now, we have 3 initial fixes. Fagan, Nuto, and Asview. So, I'm gonna have to really, I didn't do my homework on this. And don't pay attention to the red line, folks. This isn't the same setup. So I'm gonna go ahead, though, put it there. And then come back to this. How are we gonna do this easily? Okay. ASVW. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're going to have to go direct now. Okay. All right, so what we're going to be doing, folks, we'll be back on this in just a second. We need to get the flight changed since we're only 26 miles out. Not VNAV. Procedure, select approach, RNAV GPS 2, enter. We're going to come to this one, ASVIW. Enter. Load. One more time with the procedure, and we're going to activate. Now, we'll go through it here real quick. Okay, so we're going to this point. Oh, we got to hold. Okay, so we got to be watchful. So we go straight to Dilley, straight to Juras, straight in. Hang on, let's get that back up here. Okay, so what we're going to be doing, they're going to put us in a hold when we get here. I'm going to continue in. We're going to start descending here pretty quick. Once we cross there, I plan to go direct Dilley, direct Jaris, direct Radke, straight in for the runway. This approach you can read here real quick. Okay, now the frequencies. Obviously, we're really not worried about them if ATC and VATSIM is not alive. The big thing we are going to be worried about is to be around 5,000 feet by ASVIW. We are now how far out? Yep, we got to come down. Okay. I'm making sure we don't go into the hole, but I think we did. Okay, there we go, on course for delay. We also got to start slowing this beast down. Okay, well, I know you all are... Dang it, did it again. So we're now headed to here and then into Dilley. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Sim Toolkit here, folks. Sorry. Let's see where we're going to get this thing to come up. I said go away. There it goes. Okay, so we need to come down to 4,100. Okay, and then from Dilley we go to Juris, and then Radkey, and then I want to make sure the autopilot is turned off. We're going to also, in the interim, get props on. $31.60 next. On airplane. Behave. I hate this when I'm IMC and can't see. I know. Welcome to the real world of flying. I know. dropping to 1860. Okay, so powering back. Props full forward. Now we're going down to 18. Good deal. Now we're starting to see. Cow flaps. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I see the runway. Right about where the map puts it. Now we just got to get some speed bled off. Okay, flight plan wise. 2. Okay, good. Flaps. Gear. Nondalton traffic Mac Air 572. Final for runway 2. Tells me got a wicked wind here. Autopilot, damn it, that's what's fighting me. All right, we're gonna go around. Mac Air 572 is on the go. Come back around to give it a try again. All right. Yeah, I'll say this time with gear, If you get in here, that GPS approach is pretty good. So just to give you a little bit of a heads up. Okay, let's get back online here. Okay, here, it's not your flaps. I can't really see. Compliments with an engine. Okay, Mac Air 572 turning base runway 2, Nondalton. That daggone autopilot got me again. Mac Air 572 final runway 2. Now the good news is there's a ramp here. I didn't think I was going to make this taxiway. And non-Dalton traffic, Mac Air 572 is clear of runway 2. Taxi on down here. Watch web gear. Figure out where he is. Yeah, those Beavers, they're a nice plane, but yeah, they are a little on the slow side. But then in Alaska, that's sometimes a good thing. 431 feet a minute. I'm not going to complain too hard. Mad at myself for forgetting when I even said it. Turn off the doggone autopilot. No, he doesn't turn it off. And then it starts bucking at him again. Hey, let's park down here by one of those aircraft that when I fly it, the engines catch fire. All right. Well, welcome to Nondalton. Let's get those engines back up to 1,000 here while we clean up. Right. Okay. Let's first, before we think about shutdown. Am I the only one airborne? All right. Well, I guess we'll get this thing shut down. Okay, so cow flaps remain open. Both are open. Wing flaps up and up. Okay. Emergency fuel pumps off, and they are off. Heater controls, we'll turn those off. Actually, I think okay, strobes off. They're all off up here. Finally, parking brake set. Okay. Indeed, they are. Avionics off. Throttles idle. Oh, we're going to do our grounding check. Okay. All right, what this is, folks, is basically a check so you can let maintenance know if they need to look at it or not. But you're checking to make sure when you flip the mags off and then back on, they resume. Yes, they're gonna drop because they're basically you're turning off the magneto, which is helping to start the aircraft. And back on it came. Come back up to 1,000. Go. All right, finally, lights off, heat switches off, electrical equipment off. Okay, the engine we start first, we shut down first. Okay. So, here we go. Get that one shut off. Down in 3 green. Number 2, it'll cut off. Number 1, sorry. Okay. Both are off. Mags off. And finally, master switch off, and let's go ahead and there we go, folks. Welcome to our arrival airport, which is today Nondalton Airport, Alaska. It's sitting next to a C-90 and a Pagani, I believe is how you pronounce that. And a Baron on the end. So that's really a nice, you can see we're getting back to where the hills are. Pretty good mountain range around here too. Now, the airport we turned at is pretty much kind of south and actually a little to the west. Let me show you what I mean. And then we'll do a rerun and, uh, we'll show what happened. I mean, I'm not embarrassed. I know I left it on, the autopilot. So hang on, let's show the approach again. Okay, hang on a second here. I'm just getting it up on here so you can kind of get a feel of what we did. I missed a letter. Where did I miss it? Ah, right there, V. Go. Okay, just going to drop that part of the leg. And that's set. So if we do this, all right, so here's Sky Vector. Here is our approach. Now, um, how we were flight planned. We were flight planned to come over this and catch, well, we would have had to come, well, we could have gone to Dili, but that would have been kind of weird. So I chose to take us on this one, track in, track into the runway. Yes, we did a missed approach. That's fine. I won't argue anything with my ability on that. We did the missed. It was proper. The autopilot was still on. That was my bad for not disconnecting. Um, so that gives you an idea of the change we had in flight. So we went direct here, which isn't that badly off, and then pretty much straight in. I mean, I could put it on here to delay, which would be like right about here. But really, oh, there's Jarvis. Never mind. Let's try there. There it is. See, we weren't that badly off our flight plan that we planned. And that's what ATC would have done. That or brought us there, turned us hard into delay and in. So who knows? They're not up, so we don't know. But anyway, folks, yeah, I kind of screwed up. Doggone it, I didn't get credit for the flight. Oh well, we'll do it again offline and get credit for it. But anyway, nothing I can do about it. I totally forgot. So, but anyway, as part of that being rusty, compliments of being off a couple of days because I was not feeling good. So let's come offline. As soon as I find there it is. Disconnect. Oh, and for those of you curious, hang on a second. Sim Toolkit landed us at 431 feet a minute. Yeah, I'll agree. It was a bumpy landing. Got to think 2 or 3 out of it. So, but anyway, let's put that away. Actually, hang on a second. We'll do that. That. It's recorded. Close out. And all right, let's take us back in time, shall we? Okay, we'll start from there. And let's see. descending just a tad bit hard here, folks. Plane is just bucking big time here. That's when I said time to go around. Might have been salvageable, but no, we're gonna go around. Alright, so really do hate running it fast. It makes it look so much worse. Yep, I agree. Hard landing. Beautiful landscape around it. Not a lot of a flare, that's the problem with the hard landing. Let's take it back. We'll try again. See what it looks like lakeside. Try one more just out of curiosity how it'll look. Ah, I was afraid of that. Alright folks, well we're gonna wrap things up here. I want to thank everyone who turned out today. WebMD, sorry about that, Web Gear, JD Drums, and all. Really appreciate y'all here. Welcome again to Nondalton, Alaska. Folks, it's been my pleasure to be the captain of Mac Air 572 in November 8437 Zulu, Piper Navajo. Hope to see you all tomorrow. We thank you very much, and what we're gonna do, is basically wrap it up here. So hope you all have a great day, and we'll be looking for you all tomorrow. God bless and have a great day.